I'm reading it, sir.
Hmm.
Should I?
Yes, please.
From the following particulars presented by Tilak for the year ended 31st March 2017, prepare profit and loss account. Uh, Firstly, we have
Question is, yeah, the question is prepare profit and loss account as on 31st March 2017. Profit and loss account. Let's give the heading first. Profit and loss account. Can you see what I'm writing on the board? Can you see what I'm writing on the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, for the year ended, for the year ended, for the year ended, okay, 31st March 2017. 31st March 2017. Okay, now what is the format? There are two sides as usual. Okay, this is debit, and the short form of debit is DR. Okay, and the debit has two columns. The debit has two columns, right? Debit
yes,
has two columns. One particulars column and one amount column. Okay, one particulars column, one amount column. Particulars, particulars, okay, amount. On the debit side, same thing, particulars and amount. On the credit side, the short form of credit is CR dot. Okay, CR dot. Okay, now let's take up the points. Okay, now there's a debit side, there's a credit side, right? There are two sides. There are two sides for the profit and loss account. Profit and loss account. That means this account may show profit or loss. Let me tell you, if the total of credit is more than the total of debit, then we say profit. If the total of debit is more than the total of credit, then we say there is loss. There is loss. So therefore, profit and loss account. Actually, it can either show profit or it can show loss. Okay, right. Particulars amount on the debit and on the credit. I am excluding the journal folio column, which is not academically, it is very much useful. Right. Now, there are some items drawn from the trial balance, right? Trial balance. What are the items drawn from the trial balance? You have, yeah, look at this. You have gross profit. You have gross profit. And goes on. Okay, rent paid, commission, right? Discount received, insurance premium paid, interest received, bad debts, provision for doubtful debts, provision for doubtful debts on 1/4/2016, the opening balance of provision for bad debts, sundry debtors, buildings. And in addition to this, there are some adjustments. What are they? The outstanding salaries amounted to 4,000, rent paid for 11 months. That is 1 month still to be paid. The still to be paid is known as outstanding. Interest due but not received amounted to 2,000. There's an income become due. There's an income which has become due, but it is still not received. Okay, this is income earned but to be received. Okay, then prepaid insurance. You're supposed to pay the next accounting period, but you're paid in now itself, and that is amounting to 2,000. and you are requested to depreciate the building by 10%. Depreciate the building by 10%. And there's one more point. Further bad debts amounted to 3,000 and make a provision for bad debts at 5% on sundry debtors. Okay. Next and last one is commission received in advance amounted to 2,000. Now please let me know all that I have read or received by you in the WhatsApp. I have posted in your group.
Yes, sir.
You know, this is the problem I have read. And do you find all these details? Is there any missing point? You know, the points I have read and the points you have, are they matching?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. If so, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Profit and loss account for the year ending. Right. Profit and loss account for the year ending. What's the first item of, you know, when you're starting the profit and loss account? The first item when you're preparing trading account was opening stock. Opening stock. Now, the first item to start the profit and loss account based on the data is, what's that?
Gross profit.
Gross profit.
Gross profit. Okay. Gross profit, where shall I take? Debit or credit side?
Credit.
Credit side, sir.
Yeah. The gross profit in the previous class was, okay, the gross profit in the previous class was written on the debit side. Okay, debit side. The balancing figure, the carried down balance was on the debit side. Okay, indicating the total of credit is more than the total of the debit. The excess of incomes over the expenses was gross profit estimate. So this gross profit, which was, you know, appearing as a balancing figure on the trading account, now will appear in the profit and loss account on which side? It appears on the
Credit side.
credit side. And what shall we write? There's a prefix, by gross profit. By gross profit. By gross profit. How much?
1 lakh.
1 lakh. 1 lakh is the gross profit. Very good. Now, you should be able to see everything, including one small digit, because this is an accountancy. Even if you cannot see one digit, please let me know so that I can adjust it accordingly. Right now, or I'll increase the font or I'll adjust the camera. Okay? Right. So gross profit is what? Written. And what next? And go on. What next? Yeah, you go on taking the expenses first. Okay. And when you're taking expenses, you take the expenses as usual on the debit side. Why? The profit and loss account is a nominal account. What's the rule for nominal account? You know, there are 3 golden rules of account. Can we have quick, recap of what we have discussed? The golden rules of accounting. Number 1, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay, this is the rule for personal account. This is the rule for personal account. And what about the rule for real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. That's for assets. That's real account. The nominal account, the last one, is debit all expenses and credit all incomes. Debit all expenses and credit all incomes. This is a rule you have to apply now for this problem. Okay? So let's begin with that. 2, go ahead. 2, what is the first item of expense?
Interest issues.
First expense?
Rent.
Rent. Okay, to rent. How much?
22,000.
22,000. Okay, is there any additional information? Is there any supplementary information? Okay, for the word rent or expense? Rent.
Yes, sir.
What's that?
Rent paid
for 11
months.
Rent paid?
For 11 months.
Rent paid for 11 months. Rent paid for 11 months. That means 1 month is due. Okay, 1 month is due. And what is the rent paid? What is the rent paid?
22,000.
22,000.
22,000. Okay. 22,000 is what paid, which is for 11 months. And what is pending?
One
What
month.
is pending?
1 month.
What is 1 month? Okay, add, outstanding, 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 add outstanding. What's the amount of outstanding? How do you calculate outstanding rent? You know, if 22,000 is for 11 months, and how much is for 1 month?
2,000.
Huh?
2,200.
Yeah?
2,200.
2,200?
2,000, sir.
2,000, sir.
No, if 22,000 is for 11 months, how much is for 1 month?
2,000, sir.
2,000.
2,000, okay? 2,000. How do you say this? If 22,000 is for 11 months, okay, and how much is for 1 month? 2,000. How? You will make a cross multiplication, right? And with that, you will get this answer 2,000. So you are taking this 2,000 here, right? You're taking that. Rent is over. What's next? What is next?
Salary.
Salaries. Two salaries. Two salaries. Is there any adjustment for this? Additional information for this?
Yes, sir. 4,000
Outstanding salaries, sir.
salary.
4,000.
Yes, sir. Outstanding salary.
Salaries amount how much?
10,000, sir.
10,000. Boys and girls, do you observe one thing? You know, whenever there is an adjustment, I'm taking the amount in the inner column. You know, you can draw one column like this, okay, one column just for calculations, or you can take in the very particulars itself. That's your wish. But this is not mandatory. If you wish to make a column for workings, you can draw it. Otherwise, also no problem. But you cannot make the calculations and drop in the amount column. Okay. Now look at this. 22,000 plus 2,000 outstanding, and 24,000 is the total of rent. I'm taking the total to the outer column, and here also.
Outstanding
Okay,
salary.
here
2,000,
also
sir.
outstanding, add outstanding, add outstanding, add outstanding. How much?
4,000, sir.
4,000. Outstanding 4,000. Okay, this is plus. This is plus. Okay, 4,000. 14,000. 14,000. Do you find, you know, one technique which I'm doing here? Whenever I'm taking the total, okay, I'm taking the total to the amount column, that's one. And another point is, I'm taking this total above this line. If I draw a line, I don't draw a line here, but if I draw a line here, this is above this line. I'm taking the total above this line. Here also, I'm taking the total above this line. Okay, you cannot draw it, write it here or drop it here. Right, so 14,000. Next, go ahead.
Commission, sir.
Commission. How much is commission?
12,000.
12,000. Okay. Okay. What? You know how the commission is given? Is it commission received or commission paid?
It is written.
Commission is received, sir. 2,000 rupees.
Commission is received. If commission is received, what is that? It's an income, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If it is an income, where do you write?
Credit, sir.
Credit. Okay. By commission. By commission. By commission. How much?
12,000, sir.
12,000.
12,000. Is there any, you know, adjustment for this commission? Is there
Yes,
any
sir.
adjustment? Additional information? Yes. What is that?
Commission.
Commission received in advance, rupees 2,000.
You are supposed to receive some commission, but part of the commission that you have received includes the commission to be received in the next year. Okay. Now look at this. When we are trying to make out the profit or loss for this year, that is 2007, we should take the expenses and the incomes. the expenses and the incomes pertaining to this year only. We should exclude the items of expenses pertaining to previous or next year and exclude the incomes of this previous year and next year. We should take the expenses and incomes of only this year for which we are preparing profit and loss account. Do you understand? Okay. So therefore, there's a commission received, and how much is that amount? What's the amount?
2,000.
Huh?
2,000.
Commission received.
Commission received is 12,000.
2,000, 12,000, sir.
12,000. And out of this, 2,000 belongs to the next year. Okay, belongs to the next year. Less. Okay, received in advance. Received in advance. Received in advance. Okay, received in advance. How much? 2,000. This 2,000 is put in bracket. You just put it in bracket. Now this 2,000 is for the next year. This is not belonging to this year, 2017. Because it is not belonging to this year,
Sir,
because
sir,
it's
Camera
not,
is on.
yeah. So because it is not belonging to this year, we are removing this so that we will come to know what is the actual commission. What's the commission? Okay, for this year. 10,000 is the commission for this year.
Sir,
Uh,
then outstanding salaries can be also for next year, no? Then why we are adding it?
Outstanding of this 4,000 is for this year, but this is not received this year. This belongs to this year. Okay, this is not received. Whether paid or not, I'm sorry, this is paid. Whether paid or not, you have to account. This is not paid, but still you have to account for this year. It may be received next year, but this belongs to this year. This 4,000 belongs to this year, not next year. It may be paid next year, once again I'm saying, but it belongs to 2017. So therefore, you have to write. Okay? Understand?
Yes, sir.
And next is, continue please. What's the next item?
Discount received.
Discount,
Received.
discount received. Discount received. Okay. Is it an income or expense?
Income.
income, sir.
Income. Okay. By discount received. By discount received. Is there any adjustment for that? Is there any adjustment for that?
No, sir.
There's no adjustment,
No, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
How much is the amount?
2,000, sir.
2,000.
2,000. Are you sure? There's no adjustment?
No, sir.
Okay. Next. What is next?
Insurance premium paid.
Insurance premium paid. Paid means expense. To insurance. To insurance. How much?
8,000.
8,000. 8,000. Insurance premium is 8,000. And any adjustment for that?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Prepaid insurance.
Prepaid insurance.
Prepaid insurance. Had it been outstanding expense, we would have added just like we did for salaries. But this is prepaid. If we are adding outstanding, what shall we do with prepaid? This is paid in advance. Less.
Less,
sir.
Okay.
Less.
Very good. Less. Less. Okay. Less. Less prepaid insurance. Less prepaid. Less prepaid. How much?
2,000, sir.
2,000. Okay. And the amount to the outer column, 6,000. Next. What is next item?
Interest received.
Interest received. Is it income or expense?
Income.
It's income received, no? By interest received. Okay, interest received. By interest received, how much?
6,000.
6,000.
6,000. Is there any adjustment for that? Debtors. You can also mark this calculation. Though it is working, this is very important and try to understand. Debtors, 40,000. Okay? Less bad debt. Bad debt. How much?
2,000.
2,000. And what's left over?
38,000.
38,000. Okay? Net debtors. Okay? And make provision. Okay, provision for bad debt. For bad debt. How much? 5% of 38,000. 5% of 38,000. Can you see what I'm writing here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, 5% of 38,000. How much?
1,900.
1,900. Okay, 1,900. Okay, 1,900. And to this 1,900, okay, to this 1,900, add further provision. Okay, add further provision. Further provision. How much is further provision?
3,000.
3,000. And there is one more thing, bad debts. Add further provision and add bad debts. 2,000. What's the total?
6,900.
You have deducted bad debts, sir. 2,000 at
Ah,
start.
you have deducted bad debt. Again, you are. Now look at this, ma. This is for calculating this provision.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Why I deducted this? To calculate the provision, you have to remove this, na? After removing, you got this amount, 38,000. On this, calculate 5%, 1,900. Add further provision which is given in the adjustment, 3,000. And there is a bad debt of 2,000 which you are taking from here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right? Right? Okay. Now 6,900. 6,900. And in the trial balance, in the beginning, yeah, there is one provision already made. How much? In the beginning. In the beginning. In the beginning. Less opening provision.
4,000.
Opening provision for bad debts. For doubtful and bad debts. Doubtful. You have to write doubtful and bad debts. Provision for doubtful and bad debts. Okay. How much? There is already given amount as on 1st of April 2016, 4,000. And the resulting amount? $2,000?
900.
2,900. So two provision for doubtful and bad debts. Okay, I'm writing two provision for doubtful and bad debts. Okay, or
Sir,
two
you
provision
should
for
turn your
doubtful
computer.
debts.
You should
Yeah?
turn your computer.
We can't see, sir.
Can you see this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Two provision for doubtful debts.
Sir, we can see, sir.
Okay. Two provision for doubtful debts. Okay. You take this, wait, what is that? 2,900. This entire exercise, you have to write a heading as workings, this entire exercise, you have to do outside this profit and loss account. But doing this working, though the name is working, but this is very vital. Don't try to do it unless you become expert. Maybe in the final year of BCom, at least in the second year of BCom, you'll be able to do within the account. But don't try doing it within the account now. Okay, do it outside. Do it outside. Okay, just as we have seen. Outside this statement. Okay, right. So directly we are taking this amount 2,900. Okay, I am putting star here saying there's a working. Okay, you also can do it in the examinations like that. Next. What is next? Leftover. What is next? Two. Come on. What are the items left over? You have taken rent, you have taken salaries. Yeah. Buildings. Buildings. Shall we take buildings in profit and loss account?
No, sir.
No,
It's an
sir.
asset.
No. But what shall we take?
Depreciation on building. Depreciation on building.
Depreciation on building we take. Okay. To depreciation. To depreciation on building. BDG
Sir,
I'm writing.
You didn't write a net debtors, sir. Net debtor should be written right. 38,000.
Where? Where? Where should I write?
In debit side, maybe.
Debtors is an asset.
It will go in balance
is
sheet,
not-
right?
It goes to the balance sheet.
Balance sheet.
Okay.
Okay. On to the asset side. Okay. And I'm not writing building here. I'm writing depreciation on building. I have written provision for doubtful debts. I did not write debtors. Remember this one. As I have not written debtors here, but only provision for doubtful debts, I will not write building or plant or machine or furniture. Okay. But I will write depreciation on those assets. So depreciation on building is 5%. Okay. Look at this. 5% on 5% on what? How much? 5% on
No,
how much?
10%.
10%. Okay. 10% on
80,000.
80,000. Okay, that comes to 8,000.
8,000.
Okay, that simple calculation I have used the space for, but don't write like this here. This is not a space for writing the workings. Okay, so depreciation on building 10%. Add to 10%. And what's the amount of building? 8,000, 10%. Building amount is 80,000. Depreciation is 8,000. Okay. Anything else left over? Please scan through the problem. Check the problem. Check the problem. No.
Nothing. We have
Nothing.
taken everything.
We have taken everything. Okay. Let's take the total. And in the total, when you're taking the total, look at this. I'm drawing twin lines here, indicating that's the end of the account. Look at this. I've drawn twin lines here and twin lines here. Under the totals, we have a custom to draw two lines, indicating that's a total and that's the end of the account. Okay. What's the total on the credit side? 1 lakh plus 10,000, 110, 112, 112.
1,20,000.
1,20,000. 1,20,000. 1,20,000. 1,20,000. And what is the amount on the debit side? 24 plus 14, 38.
49,900.
Okay, 120 minus 49,500. 900. 49,900. 120 minus 49,900.
No, sir.
1,20,000 is the credit side total. Okay. And 49,900 is the debit side total. 138 plus 6. 138, 144. 144 plus 2.
Sir.
146.
Camera is off, sir.
Sir, the total is 54,900, sir.
Yes, sir. 54,900. It's not
The
49.
debit side total.
54,900. Okay. Then 120 minus 54,900.
65,100.
65,100. Okay, what is this? To
Profit.
grow, I'm
Profit.
sorry, net profit. Net profit. Net profit. Okay, you know, you started with gross profit, you got the net profit. Okay, net profit. What's the rule? If the credit side total is okay more than the debit side total, then there's a profit, net profit, and
Sir,
this much is the excess. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, I just have a doubt on. I'm not understanding this debt, sir. How you have calculated? So, in debt you have reduced opening provision for bad debts, right?
Hmm.
From 6,900. It's below, sir. Yeah, on your left side. Yes, from 6,900 you have reduced 4,000. In workings, you see, sir.
Okay,
Below.
working. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, 6,900 minus 4,000.
So how? What's the logic behind? I'm not understanding it.
Look at this one. This debtors is the amount to be collected. To be collected means asset. Okay, debtors are assets. Assets means they go to balance sheet. Okay, but 2,000 became bad means you will never get money from them. So when you don't get money from them, can you consider this also as your asset? No.
No.
So what's your net asset? 38,000. Okay, 38,000 is the net asset. It goes to the balance sheet. Any doubt here?
No, sir.
No. The next, provision for doubt, calculation of provision for doubtful debts. When we are making provision, what is how much we should consider? It is not 40,000, but after removing this 2,000, we have to calculate provision 5%. So net debtors is 38,000. On this, we are calculating 5%, which is 1,900. Any doubt there?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Next, add. They are still having more doubt. Okay, they still have the doubt. And what is the doubt? Another 3,000 may turn to be doubtful. Okay, that also is added. 19 plus 3,000. But there is already bad debt. This is the provision made. There is one bad debt of 2,000, and further there is a doubt of another 3,000. Look at this one. This is the provision made, and they have still doubt, that is 3,000, but there is already 2,000 bad, completely became bad. Okay, so the total of provision for doubtful and bad debts is 6,900. Out of the 6,900, there is already one provision made in the beginning. Okay, this is the closing 6,900, but you have to remove 4,000 which belongs to the previous year. Opening means belonging to the previous year. Remove that. Then you will come to know what is the exact provision for doubtful and bad debts. The exact provision for doubtful and bad debts is 2,900 for this year. We are calculating the amounts for this year. We are so meticulous, very particular what belongs to this year. Okay, we will exclude what belongs to the previous, we will exclude what belongs to the next. Okay, because we are particular about the date and duration. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir. Then for next year, 2,900 will be opening bad debts, right?
That's it, correct.
Okay.
So we'll stop here. Okay, and we'll